Welcome, everybody. We have a new series here on the channel that we're getting to going, and I am excited to dive into this game. I've played it a little bit, messed around some with it. So it is Master of Command. It takes place in the 7 Years' War, and I'm excited about it. It's a topic that not many people go into, so the fact that there's a game about it is super cool. And I know that because even as I teach AP European history, we don't really dive into the 7 Years' War much. We talk about Frederick the Great, we do Maria Theresa, Joseph II, Catherine the Great, all those, but we don't really talk about this war too much. So I am excited to play this game. So thank you all for checking this out, and let's join in for the ride. We are going to be playing as the Habsburg Monarchy because I feel like it's going to give us a challenge, since the Austrians, led by Maria Theresa, they had their work cut out for them. She was a heck of a leader, really, as a woman who was pregnant pretty much all the time, having, I think, 16 kids, one of which was Marie Antoinette. We get to see what she can do with leading this army of multi-ethnic empire. And hopefully we will not be doing as Joseph II, her son and co-ruler at one point. He joked that on his the epitaph on his tombstone should be, "Here lies Joseph II, who failed at everything he undertook." And we are hoping that will not be the case for us. So let's see how things go. We are going to be the Habsburg Monarchy, which is a multinational army, which gives us a better offer for regiment and officer recruitment. But veterancy gain is minus 20%. So we are flexible, anchored by great artillery. So we need to, I guess, hopefully get that. The same diversity that makes the army adaptable also leaves its recruits difficult to integrate, with fresh levies from many lands often slow to train, combined with poor reload times. That's fantastic going up against Frederick the Great and the Prussians. It won't be a problem. We have our provisions, our thalers, which is our currency, the reservists to restore our manpower, and the ammunition. So hopefully things will go well. This is a challenging complexity. We are the core power of the Habsburg monarchy. It comes from Austria and Bohemia and hereditary lands. In addition, providing much of the wealth of the empire, which is the Holy, and we also have the Holy Roman Empire as part of these Austrian lands. And Czech-speaking infantrymen from the heart of Maria Theresa's form the heart of Maria Theresa's armies. These soldiers are loyal to their queen and include men from cities like Prague and Vienna, who have rudimentary education in mathematics and ballistics necessary for the artillery train. Well, just give them a musket and tell them to point and shoot. So we have 6-pound guns, some elevation, some buck and ball rounds, regimental staff commissar, which is veterancy gain of plus 10% and reduces ammo consumption. And then medicinal herbs, plus 20% casualties restored. So we have the Crownland Corps, okay, so I have played around a little bit. A Queen's Gambit gives us, border troops. So that would give us some different things here. Some sharpshooters, Siskovich, Grenzier recruits. Interesting. Should give us some more defenses. Well, we'll go with the Crownland Corps. Just go with the generic one to start. We're not going to change any of the options here. We're just going to jump in with the default settings. And hopefully this will be us leading this artillery to victory. Now we get in Act 1 here, we will have 3 campaigns. I've only played through Act 1 and I haven't done anything else. So we can do Reinforce Bohemia, where we have a couple of rewards. Protect Hungary or Protect Novgorod. So we either go the British, the Prussians, or the Prussians. Now this will get us, we can get some grenadiers if we complete this, some mountaineers, or we can do Saboteur's Doctrine, which enemy campaign movement speed. I don't care about that too much. As we can get grenadiers, so I don't think we're going to do Protect Hungary. We can get dragoons, which would be very helpful. And living off the land doctrine is acquired. Forging effectiveness is doubled. I'm leaning towards reinforcing Bohemia because the dragoons, adding those could be very good. So let's do that. We're going to jump in here. Heading to Bohemia. The art style on this is fantastic, and I'm excited to play and see how things go. It's got an ultimate general type feel to it somewhat in the battles. Plays differently. So if you're not familiar with the game, we have our 2 brigades right now. We can purchase a new brigade for 600 thalers, but we do not have enough. We'll get a little bit more. So we have von Lacy, who is artillery range is increased, but reload speed is negative. And we've got von Loden, combat effectiveness and officer death chances reduced. Now we can check out our career stats as we go along here, but we have none to do. So we have our Austrian battalion right now is firing a 3-pound gun. I think we're definitely going to increase that and go with the 6-pounder. We will also do the elevation screws to get us increase our max range, which offsets some of the canister rounds. Oh, okay. So that would increase our accuracy, but reduce our range. You know what? We're going to do that. The accuracy would be much better. What's the use of the... Wait. Oh, we can't do that. Okay. Oh, it's for infantry and cavalry. This little symbol here. Veterancy game, casualties restored or attrition, ammo consumption. We're going to do these guys here because the artillery goes through quite a bit of ammunition. We don't have much to give. I do think the accuracy would be really nice there. And we will do the casualties restored. So we have our first Fusiliers, the Crownler recruits, and the recruits. So let's do first Fusiliers. And we will do first recruits. So we can maybe remember who's who. And second recruits. And now we have our army ready to go. We are going to exit the camp view. And war is upon us. We stand at the frontier, modest in size. Forces are disciplined and in good order. That's good to hear. A nearby depot lies ahead, lightly defended, and will serve as a starting point to begin your campaign. We need to press onward. The land is open. The road's clear. Ideal for seeking out skirmishes and encounters. Engage patrols boldly. Even those larger than your own. Okay, yes, sir, we will. Let's get our supplies then. And so cool thing about this is in the campaign, you get to have these decisions that you make as well, which is, it adds some RPG elements to the game. So that we're going to have some interesting choices possibly throughout this. So we get to choose to take their coin, provisions, or ammunition. Early on, I feel like coin is going to be very important. We don't need a ton of provisions with as small as our force is at the moment. So we're going to take the coin, and here it is, a 3,200 to our 4,300. But it said it is weak, so they have a provincial cavalry and 2 sets of recruits. We can definitely take them out. We are ready to go. Frederick the Great promoted the cultivation of potato despite skepticism. Apparently, the way Frederick got his people to adopt the potato was he put guards around his potatoes to say, hey, don't take these. These are too special. And people were like, well, we got to have some for ourselves. And that's how he was able to trick people into doing getting potatoes. So we're going to go ahead and set up here. Every one I've played so far, the AI is pretty aggressive. So we're going to see if that continues, and we are just going to blast away. We're going to see if we can blast their cavalry. They're the only things that could maybe cause us trouble, I think. Because as the recruits come at us, see, we've got 16 of them already. So that's what we want. We want to continue to weaken these guys because they could charge at us. The recruits, I think we can handle. We'll speed up to get us to where they're coming at us. There, we've got them 32 now. We do have our leader, Joseph von Daun, which gives a little bit of a boost to these in his circle. And we are going to just wait for him here. Let's get into the town, actually. That'll give us color. See, the shield here shows us our cover. Okay, keep blasting away. Flanking fire, as always, is important. So we're able to fire on their flank. Now we've got them getting hit. The blue means when we get the blue down to that mark there, they will retreat, which is our goal here, which is why we're trying to weaken their cavalry. Now we can change this to fire at will. Oh, we're going a little too fast there. Beat them back. Okay, we've made them retreat. So firing at will instead of by volley can be effective whenever you have to just get shots off very quickly, as in that case there. So it was a weak force that we went up against, and it ended in victory. Now we get to see the spoils of war here. We won 190 in gold, the victory at Kuttenberg, and we were able to gain some better muskets potentially. Reload +6, that's very good. Accuracy and reload. Okay, so we also get to choose. Do we want more thalers and ammunition, reservists and restore our casualties, our veterancy and provisions? The veterancy is enticing, but I think we should load up on... We didn't lose too many men there, so we're just going to load up there. Now we get the choice on how we want to do things. We can do it individually like this, or we can do it by brigade. Just have everybody, and then up here, it's the whole army to replenish everything, which is what we're going to do early on. We can afford that. So let's check out what we have. We have the Neustadt muskets, 20% accuracy, 130 in range, 120 in range, 115 in range. What's the reload time? 40 seconds. 30. We will take a little bit of hit. No, not on that one. We will take the worn muskets and replace those. Now, what else do we have? We are going to pay to get another open slot here to increase the reload. And we're going to see what we can do here. Accuracy and reload could increase. Oh, we'd have to replace it. So let's give them some tea. And we are good. So off we go marching. So we have to decide what we want to do. We can reinforce 4 outposts. That gets us those dragoons. You can click here. Secure 5 battlefields. So there's some down to the south, it looks like. Oh, there's one right there as well. These forts can cause us trouble potentially. Our ultimate goal is to defeat the enemy headquarters, which they are 10,000 strong. So we will have to see what that entails. We are going to have to build up our army to do so. We have options over here. Standard march, forced march, makes us go faster, but at penalties. We can raid settlements to get resources. And we can drill to increase our veterancy, but we don't move when that's happening and consume ammunition. Or we can forage, which slows us down, but it is also going to help us with provisions and to make sure we don't go through that quite as much. So at the moment, I don't think we need to do anything. We are going to stay along the paths, and we're going to go after the convoy. See what choice this gives us. Scouts have sighted a guard. Moving at speed along the southern road. Several wagons bearing arms and munitions. Patrol rides close behind, so we shall have time to seize only one wagon. What should we do? Weapons, ordnance. We already have cannon. Specialized ammunition. Let's seize their weapons. And what did we get? Tula muskets. We already have some of that. Now, Kuttenberg right now has minus 15% item cost. Sale cost is minus 20%. So it does not give us as much if we go in there and try to sell things. So we will probably just see what they have here. So we don't want to sell here because they're going to be too expensive, but we could buy here. I'm always hesitant on buying anything. Now this is enticing. Morale and morale damage received. Wilhelm the First. Oh, veterancy gain and ammo consumption. Let's bias that. And we're going to go to give that to our first Fusiliers. Rupert de Navarro. What's he have? Move speed, stamina, supply wagon, charge, range, move speed, grenade throw range. We're going to go ahead and get Rupert de Navarro. He's cheap. We're going to go ahead and have him for when we get another brigade this way. And I don't think we need to worry. We don't have enough to buy a new regiment yet, so we're not going to do that at the moment. Instead, we are going to head over to this battlefield and secure one of these. Now, at any point, we could run into some enemy patrols. We've come across the field of a recent engagement. The bodies have not yet cooled, and scattered equipment litters the ground. We can take weapons or reserve. Let's tend to the wounded, get the reservists. We are not going to go through the mountains because that's too much of a toil. Now, there is an patrol, 5,000. We'd actually be okay fighting that one, I think. But let's head up to the outpost. Abundance of war material owing to early successes and light campaigning. The quartermaster asks if we need anything. Do we need coin? Provisions, ammunition. We're going to take the coin. And we're going to head down at that convoy. Oh, here's our enemy. All right, we are outnumbered in this one. And they have 2 cavalry. As well as some Prussian. Ooh. All right, we're going to see if we can do it. This could be a disaster right off the bat. That could be us on our horse right there. Let's see what we can pull off. All right. Now, the cavalry is a concern. Oh. That is a problem. Now, we have the high ground here. You can see we have elevation at 68%. We do not have any cover over here, though. That is concerning. We want to hit their cavalry as best we can. If we weaken their cavalry, I think we can take the infantry. So we're going to speed it up along a little bit just to get ourselves ready for this. Oh, we just took out 20 of them. And now they're getting to move, and they're flanking us with their cavalry, which we knew that's expected, honestly. Let's see if we can move over into some cover, though. Move a little quicker, guys. Okay. We are continuing to try to weaken their cavalry as best we can. Apparently, we're not hitting anything, though. All right. Let's hit the Prussian. Maybe we have better luck against the mass amount of people here. Or do we go after... I'm not sure what we go after. There we go. Hold firm, men. Hold firm. Okay, there's a nice shot. We have elevation. Now we can fire into some more of their cavalry, it looks like. All right, we've weakened them a little bit more. Okay, that one is good news for us. It looks like that high ground is holding. Fire at them. They're almost gone. When they break, I'm afraid that they're going to start charging with their cannon. Or with their cavalry. But if we can launch at these guys instead, that may be what we need to do. How are we doing on the right? Second recruits against the Cantonist recruits, not ideal. Almost have them broken. One more volley should do the trick. They're weakening as well. So let's launch over that way. Give a good volley. There we go. Prussian. Oh, here they come, though. We're going to switch. And we are going to hopefully... Oh, that's going to hurt. Hold the line. Oh, they did. The second recruits held. And we can... Leopold Joseph von Daun, lead your men bravely into that fray. And, oh boy, go back. Okay, we got him. Von Daun was a little reckless there, but a victory nonetheless. So our first patrol, we were able to eliminate and get almost 200 thalers from them. We picked up Military Trias Cleric, cover bonus and max range. We've got our gunner's implements again, but we already have one of those. Move speed, I'm not real big on, but Charlottesville muskets is nice. On this one, let's get the thalers and ammunition. And we're going to just, again, restock everybody. Now, we've got some promotions there. They're not going to be able to level up yet. But what that's looking at is here, when we get 4 or 5, we can choose one of those. Now, because it's already been chosen with our recruits, we can choose to turn them into Jaegers or cavalry, or we can have them become artillery with these recruits. So they give us a lot more flexibility as far as that is concerned. But before we do anything, let's take a look at our weapon here. 130, 20%, and 40 in speed. 38, 135. Oh, yeah, this is going to be our new one. Cover bonus, max range. Let's give that to him. And we'll move these along. So, okay. Now the recruits do not automatically get there. It takes time for those recruits to build up, and the Austrians, remember, are a little slower. The more advanced your units are, the slower it is for those recruits to come as well. So now we've got merchants passing through the area and or light guard. They request assistance in defending their wagons from highwaymen. Okay, do we do a small escort? A large escort? That's a lot of reservists. If the mission fails, well, let's do this and maybe we'll get some of them back. Oh, good. Okay. The escort beat off 2 attempts by highwaymen. The wagons kept their line and reached our pickets by nightfall. Losses were light. So we get 390 reservists back, 60 thalers, and 2 civilian items. What did we get? Iron ramrods to increase our reload, and pocket Bibles for morale and fire damage. That's actually not too bad. We're going to give the pocket Bibles to here. And we're going to add a little bit there and give the ramrods to these guys. All right. Let's make our way to Darmstadt because they have lots of provisions at cheaper costs as well. And there's some battlefields there that we can try to secure. Now here we get a little bit more money for what we're doing. I'm going to keep one set of uniforms because I've found that there is a chance to potentially outfit a unit depending on where we hit in the outposts and such. So we're going to hold on to that for a minute. We have 2 of those. I don't think we need 2 of those. And let's sell all of that, get quite a bit of money there. We're going to stock up on provisions. And let's check the barracks. So we can get some more recruits, some Hungarian recruits, some cavalry. Some more recruits, some more cavalry, and more recruits, and so on. It actually would not be too bad to have some cavalry. Now, these guys have carbines and sabers. That's interesting. Let's take them. We've got ourselves... Okay. We've got ourselves some cavalry. And we're going to change out their swords and get their better ones there. And we can sell these that aren't all that great. So we've got ourselves some cavalry early on. That's probably going to be a beneficial thing for us. Let's get to this battlefield. Pilsen over here has a lot of reservists. Okay, a column has arrived upon the flank of a friendly force who now prepares to launch its final assault. They requested men to aid in the attack. We can commit Let's do... Oh, my goodness. Let's do the mini again. Went in with the second line. The enemy position was carried after close volleys. Short push. The colors drawn. Guns abandoned. Losses among our men were present, but not ruinous. Oh, we only get 350 reservists back. But we got some weapons. Hussar sabers. Is that better than what we have now? No, I think we're okay. All right. Now we are in an attrition spot here. We need to get to these other battlefields, though. And we've reached a slums. Gathering of soldiers and civilians taking root in one of the back rooms. Thick with smoke and coin, changing hands over rounds of pharaohs. Some of our men have expressed interest in trying their luck, so we could do wagers. Oh, let's wager 40. Oh, we didn't win. That's what we get for gambling. We're going to march around here. Try to make our way to some of these other battlefields up here so we can get the land, living off the land doctrine. Pack mules and carts have been intercepted. Their casks sloshing with spirits bound for taverns and camps across the lines. Smugglers claim no allegiance, offering a share of their stock if allowed to pass. So we could spend 40, receive a beer ration, spend 60, or just seize them. Let's just seize them. Why would we not? And let's give these guys actually melee damage. We'll give to the horse, to the cavalry. Same with the charge. Actually, that will be the charge. We'll give these guys the melee. And we're set. We're going to make our way to this outpost and these battlefields up here. We need to find something that's going to get us more money, because right now we don't have any after the last set of stuff. So a recent engagement, we can... Let's get the reservists. Treat the wounded again. Supply cache is up there. Oh, 4,200. We could take them. Equipment, or let's do the wounded again. And let's go after this group. We have ourselves a fight. The Battle of Pilsen. They've got 2 cavalry brigades, some free infantry Jaegers, and then some recruits. So that's going to be a difficult. But the 2 provincial cavalry, our own, should be better than that. And we will lead our men into victory. Now, how do we want to set up? The hills are way up there. We're not going to be able to get there. There are some hills over here. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get over this way. We're going to just set up here. Try to anyways. And see if this works. We are letting them have the cover of the town by doing this. So maybe we don't go all the way up. That's good enough. Unlimber there and start hitting them. The Jaegers we definitely want to get. There's not as many of them. There's only 600 of them. So any we can take out there will be a boom. Be a nice boon to us. We're going to try to get up to that. Let's make a longer line. All right, they're getting closer, but they have cover in the town. They have not been hit very hard. Hit the recruits instead. There we go. What are they doing? All right. We are going to need to... We're going to make our cavalry get over this way. Start firing in from up above. Hold the line over here, Fusiliers. Because if you can... They should have cavalry moving around somewhere, I bet. Let's hit their... We're not even going to have to charge into there because I forgot we have carbines. We're doing okay here. All right. They're gone. And we can toggle these guys to melee. These recruits should be on their way out. We are hit. Oh. Hold. Let's charge in. Break them with our own. There we go. Well done. We've got these guys as well, so now we need to get rid of the Jaegers. Just use our carbines, fire in on them for a minute. Our Fusiliers have held the line with a lot of losses. And now we'll charge in. That's the charge bar right there. When that maxes out, that gets us more shock. And we were able to rout them. So, nice, effective victory for us yet again. Good start. We haven't faced the toughest yet. And we got to make sure we're planning for that future because we're nowhere near. So, we lost 576. Doubled them up on kills. Captured quite a few. We've got the movement speed, again, I don't care about. Because I'm usually defending instead. Let's get the thalers and ammunition. Oh, we can... Oh, right. We've got a promotion for Von Lauden. We can increase our accuracy, but decrease our melee, increase our charge, grenade. I don't like either one of those. Let's skip that. Not big on that one. Let's see what we can add to our men down here. Nope. Nothing really. It gets more expensive to unlock more of these, so we're not going to do that yet. We are going to make our way down to this outpost, however. Then we'll make our way to Chosust. We've reached what ought to be a manned station, but the place is deserted. No pickets, no signals, no command presence. Oh, okay. So what are we going to do? Garrison with a few reservists. That's more than a few. We can delay the enemy headquarters. That's good. But I don't think... We're not going to spare anybody. Let's see what we can sell. We have 2 of those. Again, I'm not big on that. We have a couple of uniforms already. Got 2 of those. We'll get rid of... And we'll get rid of that one. Sell those. We'll add a little bit of food. And we are going to pick up some recruits again. I think we're going to pick up the Hungarian recruits. Let's check out what we have now. First Hungarian. We will give them the pipe. We got the Neustadt or the Tula. I'd rather have the range, I think. And we're good on that. All right, we're going to save the money, what little we have, and march on. Where is another battlefield? There's one right up there, so we can just march along this road. We'll probably meet an enemy close to that fort, but we are making our way to getting that living off the land doctrine. Colon. We're going to raid it. Get some supplies. We've notified the headquarters. They attack on day 148. Okay, what do we get? Attrition is reduced. Melee damage received is reduced. Max range and reload. Okay. Let's go ahead and give the blankets to those men. We're going to go after. They're running from us. The Battle of Colon. So we're going after the Prussians here. They've got recruits, some musketeers. They do have artillery and some recruits again. No cavalry. So maybe this is where we could send our own dragoons around to hit their cannon if need be. So let's check out what the terrain looks like. It's nice and open, which is not the best. We have this hill over here. So we're going to do the same thing we did last time. And get ourselves ready to march up that hill. And get ourselves set up over here. Line up. There we go. And the Hungarians will just... Actually, you guys get way over there. You just get it right there. So let's get into position. And then we'll start unleashing on them. Good enough. Let's try to hit their artillery, because if we can get their artillery... There you go. Yeah, get the cannon. Our own Chevalier. All right. Now we've got our men lined up. The battalion hasn't killed anybody yet, so let's just aim at the recruits instead. Actually hit the musketeers. And we are going to try to ride around and take out their cannon. Now we're actually hitting something. Let's line up right here next to him. There we go. Moving around quicker. We will provide support over here on the flank. Oh, they see us coming. They know what we're trying to do. But we've almost got those recruits routed already. And we did just that. Charge in at them. We can now flank these recruits. Get to the cannon before... Oh, the nice. Well done. We're going to go ahead and line up behind. They're almost gone. We've got the hills. Run away. Let's hit the musketeers. Oh, beautifully done, guys. Beautifully done. Thought we had melee. Oh, we're firing on them as we go. Charge in. And off go the Prussian musketeers. Oh, they've regrouped. Get out of there. Give a nice volley into the flank. these guys out. There we go. They should not have too much left. They just regrouped, so they're already weaker. Oh, but we gave them the high ground, didn't we? They're almost gone. Charge in with their the cavalry. Okay, good job. They're already gone. I do not foresee them coming back, and they will not. Victory has been achieved. Now let's see what we got there. Okay, we needed the money. That's good news. We did not take many losses. 465. We could get 1,000 reservists right off the bat. I think stockpiling that is a good thing for us. Got more promotions. They're not ready yet. Von Lauden still has a ways to go, I guess, to get promoted again. We're going to go ahead and resupply everybody as best we can. And oh, we have a basic one and a good one. So we'll hold on to the good one because, again, I think that could come in handy later on. We have a 6-pound gun again. That was a nice haul for us. So we are on our way to the next battlefield. But before we do that, we're going to stop this episode here. And we will continue on to the next one and continue marching on. We are getting closer. We're only 80 days away from that having to defeat the enemy headquarters. And we are still 4,000 men shy of them. That headquarters is a lot tougher than the patrols we're facing. So thank you all for joining me on this one. Please come back in, follow along with this series. If you're interested in this game, I highly recommend you check it out. It has been fun so far to play, and maybe you'll learn a little bit along the way as we dive into this one. Give me feedback, give me tips. If you see any glaring mistakes I'm making, let me know. But I look forward to you coming back again next time. So until then, take care, and we will see you on that next episode.